Greetings, my name is Atten, and I have a request. I've been thinking about making this video for months, but as a new YouTube content creator, I didn't feel it was my place. However, recently, we lost James M. Ward. And in case none were aware, time is precious for us all. Every day, people wake up with no idea it's their last. And far too often, we celebrate people who had a big impact on our lives after they're gone. I'm a believer in lifting up others and supporting the things we love rather than focusing on the negative. But I don't mean ignoring injustice. You see, we play games with magic, when in reality, magic is simply the manifestation of our desire into reality. This means if we focus on bad things, we're more likely to manifest bad results. The role-playing community is such a wonderful space, with compassionate, creative people, and it truly is an honor to be a part of it. What I'm hoping is that the entire YouTube D&D community could show as much enthusiasm for those who paved the way in creating this fantastic hobby as some do when complaining about how terrible WotC is. I live in Seattle. We all know how terrible WotC is. We get it. Welcome to the 1990s. A few weeks ago, before he died, I had sent James Ward a Facebook message telling him how thankful I was for the positive impact he had on my childhood. I don't know if he saw it. If you're unfamiliar with him, he created the second science fiction role-playing game ever. It was called Metamorphosis Alpha, followed by Gamma World. For clarity, Metamorphosis Alpha is often mistakenly credited as being the first sci-fi role-playing game. However, it was beaten to press by Ken St. Andre's game Starfaring. Both games were published in 1976. Metamorphosis Alpha is still very important. It was not only the inspiration for Gamma World, but it also inspired Expedition: The Barrier Peaks, another of my favorite D&D adventures, and it is slated to be included in WotC's upcoming quest from the Infinite Staircase. Though trust me, the Goodman Games version is fantastic, and I really don't see anyone outdoing this anytime soon. Gamma World remains one of my favorite role-playing games of all time. You know, James's long list of contributions to tabletop role-playing games doesn't stop there though. It would take more than just one video to cover the whole thing. And earlier this year, in January, Janelle Jaques passed away. She left a huge mark on our hobby, creating what is known as the Jaques style of dungeon mapping. Gary Gygax had died in March of 2008, followed by Dave Arneson in April of 2009. Both Gary and Dave were co-creators of D&D. Here's a website with all of the creative people who left a mark on the gaming industry that are no longer with us. Can you believe how long this list is? It just goes on and on. Well, last year I noticed that Ed Greenwood has a YouTube page. He created the Forgotten Realms in addition to countless adventures, monsters, game lore. His contributions are monumental. I have so many of the books he authored. If you enjoyed Baldur's Gate, or the recent D&D movie, Ed is responsible for creating that fantasy world. And Tim Kask has a YouTube channel as well. Tim was one of D&D's first playtesters and the very first employee of TSR, the company Gygax founded and first publisher of D&D. If you really want to hear some grounded grognard D&D history and gaming tips, both Ed and Tim are priceless treasures. So, as fast as we are losing these precious founding members of our hobby, I'm asking for your help. I humbly ask that all of us gaming nerds on YouTube show our gratitude and thanks to Ed and Tim by simply subscribing to their YouTube channels. That's all I'm asking. You don't need to interact with my channel or this video in any other way. Make your own videos, make your own social media posts. Just please help spread the word to show our support and gratitude for Ed and Tim for everything they did to give us our amazing hobby. And if you know other pioneers in the industry with YouTube channels, please let us know so we can include them too. And just so you know, I'm not affiliated with any of these people and no one has asked me to do this. I just believe that all of us can show our strength as a community for something positive, and the simple act of subscribing to their channels would be a powerful gesture of our gratitude. I'll provide links in this video's comments and description. If you could also spread word on Reddit, I'd appreciate that. I don't have a Reddit account. I deleted mine because reasons. One final thought. Personally, I get frustrated with all the negativity. I don't feel we're doing new players any service by constantly reminding them how terrible that corporation is that owns D&D. I mean, they are, and it's important we monitor them to keep things in check. However, sometimes it does go too far and controversy is created where none needed to exist. Gratuitous amounts of videos rehashing the same criticisms over and over is more likely to push new players away than bring them in. But unfortunately, for all of us, negativity sells. Negativity gets views and feeds the YouTube algorithm. But I'm willing to bet if every D&D YouTube content creator were to make their own version of this video, reminding their audiences how important it is to acknowledge and show their thanks, by simply subscribing to Ed and Tim's YouTube channels, we could manifest a wave of positivity. And that's something I think that we all need in our lives. Thank you very much.